આગળ વાત કરીએ ભારતીય રિઝર્વ બેંકે રેપો રેટમાં ઘટાડો કર્યો। આરબીઆઈએ રેપો રેટમાં 0.25%નો ઘટાડો કર્યો। રેપો રેટ 6% થી ઘટી 5.75% થતા લોન EMIમાં ઘટાડો થઈ શકે છે।
Has already been announced to be held on June 13th, and this will be naturally the auction would be held during next week. Transmission of cumulative reduction of 50 basis points in the policy repo rate in February and April 19 was 21 basis points to the weighted average lending rate, that is WLR, on fresh rupee loans. Interest rates on lower tenor money market instruments remained broadly aligned with the overnight WACR, reflecting near full transmission of the reduction in policy rate. The 10-year government securities benchmark yield has also declined by about 40 basis points from its average in April 2019 to about 7%. This was the position before we announced before the MPC resolution and the decisions were put in the public domain. Thereafter, the developments I have to see. The Reserve Bank will ensure that adequate liquidity is available in the system for all productive purposes. Exports grew by 0.6% in April 2019, but imports grew at a somewhat accelerated pace, leading to a widening of trade deficit. After a sharp recovery in March, net foreign portfolio inflows have been relatively modest at $2.3 billion in 1920 during the months of April and May. India's foreign exchange reserves were at 421.9 billion. I repeat, 421.9 billion as on 31st May 2019. Taking into account these factors, the impact of the recent policy rate cuts, and assuming normal monsoon in 2019, the MPC revised the path of CPI inflation to 3 to 3.1% for H1 2019-20 and 3.4 to 3.7% for H2 of 1920, with risks broadly balanced, as against 2.4% for Q4 of 18-19, 2.9 to 3% for H1 of 1920, and 3.5 to 3.8% for H2 of 2019-20. Risks around the baseline inflation trajectory emanate from uncertainties relating to monsoon, unseasonal spikes in vegetable prices, international fuel prices and their pass-through to domestic prices, geopolitical tensions and financial market volatility, and the overall fiscal scenario. The headline inflation trajectory remains below the target even after taking into account the